Hey, what's everybody? I just wanted to do a fun little video and start unloading some of this stuff on Alfonso Knoll and AWC and DIVINCIPay and NSAV and all, just basically every token and company and project and name and number that's attached to AWC. I'm gonna split his cap back. So I pulled this off of what is it, Discord. So I'm going to just read it because for some reason, he likes to talk in the third person. This is on February 12th of this year, basically not even a month ago. Good morning. We are aware of the current disparagement and tortious interference being directed at AWC, its executive. AWC ain't got an executive. It's a dead company. It's worthless. But see, that's what Alfonso likes to do. He likes to project out, and he'll chime in once or twice a week and say, "Hey, everybody, we're still working." That's why everybody's in my DM on X. MWC, what's going on? You know what's going on. Can you tell us? And I'm like, I can tell you, but you don't want to hear the truth. We can't sell. I know you can't sell because there's no liquidity, man. They keep all the money. They don't give it to y'all. They don't want you cashing out. And I'll get to that later. And partners and clients. It is the result of a settlement agreement with a known malicious actor, which is me, by the way. I'm the malicious one. I'm the one that has the judgment against Alfonso for 7 figures because he was too chicken shit to actually go to trial, because he knew that if we went to trial, he was going to get his boots smoked, which is why he ran. And that's why he still will not come after me, because he knows if he does, I will countersuit his dumb ass, and we will actually go to trial, and I'll finish it. But he won't do it because he knows I know everything, which is why he ran. Our members, friends, and partners have urged us to respond to mitigate losses due to this libel, breach of contract, and disparagement. No, they have not. Alfonso, you know better. We went over this in court. That doesn't exist, and you know it. You're lying again. I like it when you put this shit out, because you know I have you on record stating the complete opposite. So whenever you go public and you post your shit, I got you for contempt of court, which is just going to help me further my new lawsuit whenever the time comes for me to do it again. Now, you'll never know when that's going to happen. I'm going to do it when you least expect it. But just know, it might come, it might not come. If it does, you won't know. It might be tomorrow. It might be next month. It might be next year. You will never know. There isn't much that could be said due to all the parties being bound by the agreement, including the non-disclosure and non-disparagement clauses. No, again, you're wrong. You defaulted. I own you. And you know it. So there is no more non-disclosure. It's all going to be out in the open. I'm just waiting for you to keep setting yourself up online, and then I'm just going to dump everything so everybody can see it. And the thing is you won't be able to publicly refute the document dump that I will do on my channel. Because if you do, then you know you're in contempt of court, because what you said was on record in front of a federal judge. And that's why you're quiet for the most part. This remains true, even though we have not completed the full payment. No shit. We originally anticipated. We considered the execution to be, we consider the exactation, to be negligible relative to the projected revenue and assets at the time we agreed to the compromise. Now, Alfonso, again, you're lying again, because when you made the agreement with me, it was in the first paragraph of the buyout agreement. When you bought me out, it specifically stated AWC, Active World Holdings, and Alfonso Knoll has cash on hand to fulfill the $1.4 million payment. Now, when we got your bank statements in Discovery, how much money did you really have in the bank at that moment in time? I have your bank statements. I got them. So I want to see if you're going to lie. What you need to do is you need to go public and tell everybody how much money you really had when you came to me and you had the idea of having me build AWC for you. And you said, Scott, don't worry about it. I have millions of dollars. And you didn't. You were nowhere close to that. But you like to tell everybody that. And it's just not the case. And see, the thing is when I dump your bank statements and the company financials, you cannot come out publicly and refute what I'm going to dump, because if you do, then that means you lied in front of the judge. I win, you lose. Unfortunately, our anticipated payments from third parties have been delayed. Again, another lie. There was never any payments from a third party. We ask you under oath. You couldn't name them because they don't exist. You need to quit telling all the shareholders and all the token holders and these stories. You're just making shit up. They don't exist, and you know it. And I have it on record. It's 180 pages on your deposition. While it is still our intention to complete a payoff, the crypto market recovery has only just begun. Again, this is the deal. If you were this highly successful venture capitalist, which you portray that you are and were when you embezzled over $5 million back in 2021. I have your bank statements, right? I know where the money went. I know who you've also paid within AWC as well, right? I know. But you're now officially, quote unquote, broke, even though we know that's still not true, right? And I'm going to find your money, and you know that. But all you had to do was take the $5 million that was in your bank account at that moment in time, and all you had to do was buy Bitcoin, and that $5 million as of today would be worth $25 million, and then you would have been able to pay all of the original token holders back. And you would have also been able to use that money to inject liquidity in every single token that y'all have launched that has never had any liquidity injected. So it would have been actually easier for you to actually build the club the right way instead of scamming everybody, because now look what position you're in. You got people coming after you left and right, and you know it. You just won't go public because you don't want nobody knowing the real Alfonso Knoll. Our plans to benefit token holders. Now, again, Alfonso, there are no plans to benefit token holders, and you know it because, again, under deposition, when my lawyers ask you Mr. Knoll, how do you feel about your investors? What did you say? I think you need to go public before I dump the deposition docs. Public. You need to tell everybody what you actually said about investors into AWC. Again, you can try to lie about it. And if you do, I'm just going to dump the deposition on everybody. And then they're going to be able to call you out. But see, you won't do it because I got you. That was the whole point of the deposition, because I knew you were scamming. I knew you were lying. You know, I have everything, text messages, all the emails, partner emails. I got them. You know, I got them, which is why you ran. And that's why you're quiet as of today. And you won't respond. Like, I'm literally throwing you a bone publicly and saying, hey, respond. Why don't you respond? Because you can't. It's not because you're hiding behind some non-disclosure or disclosure, whatever some shit is. Even your dork ass attorney knows you have nothing. And I know that because I got his last email that he sent to my attorneys that specifically stated, we lost. You won. Do what you got to do. Oh, and we will. Now, let's move on. So, just so everybody's aware, you know, think about this. It starts with, so the club is just a figment of somebody's imagination. It really doesn't exist. The exchange was sold to NSAV by fraud, by the way. That technically, that was an asset that was sold fraudulently. Alfonso knows, he knows that I will be filing some more fraud transfer of asset lawsuits. Could be today, could be tomorrow, could be next year. Who knows, man? I'm just going to let him just keep burying himself. But like, the dude has no money, and here we go. Somebody else filed against him. This is a small one, but it's for $6,000. The dude doesn't even have $6,000 to pay his debt because he's running from everybody. So he's defaulted on his mortgage. He's in foreclosure. He's defaulted on his taxes. He has my $1 million judgment he has to worry about. He has another 400 or 500K in judgments in the state of New York and all over the country. So all these creditors are just lining up, right? And they're going to end up forcing Alfonso most likely into a bankruptcy. But the thing is he technically, legally can't really move that direction because, anyways, moving on. So let's talk about this little thing that was posted. So this is all complete bullshit right here. This is a complete scam. So this is just a figment of their imagination, right? So they dumped this. It says revised LP adjustments and Uniswap launches. So according to them, now remember, anybody can get on Word or whatever and just create this document, but this money just doesn't exist. DIVINCIPay does not have $200,000 of liquidity anywhere. They know it. I know it. It's just y'all don't know it. And whenever you ask, all they're going to tell you is, oh my God, if you quit talking about us on Discord, or we're just going to ban you, because that's what they do. That's all they have left. They have to shut Telegram down because people are calling them out. And all they have left is like the 15 people that are left on Discord. That's it. Gang, I don't even know what half of these other scam tokens are. These are just made up numbers, by the way, because they're not going to go public and actually prove to y'all that they actually have the liquidity. GIVBUX, what does it say? $160,000 in ETH. Interesting. Okay, I have more info on that. So anyways, y'all can read this. So all of this liquidity. So they have what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They got over $1 million of liquidity, according to them, ready to infuse onto the market in March or April. So get ready, y'all. But according to them, and whoever them is, right? It's another bitch boy that Alfonso has running his newest scam, because because everybody knows Alfonso's a scammer, so he has to bring somebody else in to run his front. So what's going to happen is there's never going to be any liquidity. Y'all are going to keep DMing me on X and saying, hey, why isn't there any liquidity? I said, because I've told you there's no liquidity. There never will be any liquidity because there's no money. They've kept it. You've lost. They won. And then what they're going to do is they're just going to run out. They're going to close this down and they're going to create another fake company, and they're going to create 3 or 4 or 5 new token launches, and they're going to make y'all believe that you're all going to have Lambos when you're not. And that's what scammers do. So actually, instead of building a legitimate project and getting rich, they're just going to scam everybody and continue to do it until you dumbasses actually buck up and start filing your own lawsuits, which none of y'all will because y'all are broker and shit. So anyway, so all of these numbers, they're all fake. So let's move on to this. So these are some emails. I'm not going to read through the whole thing. So these are partnership emails from other people that helped build AWC on the dev side. So they contacted me and started telling me that they haven't been paid and that it was all the scam and this, that. So here's the guy. His name is Damien. Whatever. Y'all can read the email. He's the one that helped develop the metaverse. Y'all remember that back in the day, the metaverse, the one that they sold for $1 billion and they were going to put that money into liquidity. Y'all remember that, right? And everybody's going to have Lambos. Yeah, no, it was just what it was. It was fake. It was never really done. It was all a scam. But they pushed it out. Remember, they pushed it out and said, hey, the metaverse, we're all going to play poker in the game. We're going to build everything and it's going to be on the metaverse. And then we all woke up one day and there was just no metaverse anymore. They didn't even talk about it. But yet they went public, and of course I have it in the court docs, all my emails from Alfonso saying, hey, Scott, we sold the metaverse for $1.5 trillion. Some shit like that, right? We're going to be able to pay everybody and you're all going to drive Lambos. We're all going to be rich. Remember those emails, Alfonso? You do. You just don't tell anybody. So here Damien is he's just talking about how he's the one that has the access and the copyrights to all the development, all this stuff. And he starts dropping other business names because remember, he's in meetings and videos and all this stuff and with Alfonso and the GIVBUX CEO, by the way, which y'all will find that interesting. So I do have the Zoom recordings between all of them and GIVBUX. So y'all got to remember, y'all are assuming this GIVBUX token and project and app is all new. This shit's old. It's been around. It doesn't even work. Nobody cares anymore, right? It's just another scam. But, and y'all can read this email. I'll leave it up for a little bit. My question is why are they trying to do a pre-sale on GIVBUX when, according to the financial statements, Alfonso wired Ken almost $500,000 of y'all's money? It went straight to Ken. But why? So if GIVBUX was already funded by Alfonso via our money, why is he asking for more money on a pre-sale? I think y'all need to be asking them that. And again, Alfonso will not be able to lie to y'all because I have everything. And he knows it. That's why he can't say shit. And he will never say shit. But what he will do is he'll go online and say, oh my God, Mary with crypto is just fucking psycho. Nah, dude, what I am is I am the rightful owner of a 7-figure judgment on you. On you. I don't care about all this other sideshow shit. But like I've been telling you, I'm in there, dude. And half of the people that are still in Discord are still sending me screenshots. So it's funny because the people that you think are actually cool to you are actually feeding me info. Now, I'll never put them on public, name-wise. But you might know who they are. So these are just your scammy emails, and this is the beginning. I think, Damon. I mean, look at the dates on here. Well, it's not too long ago, about 6 months ago. And this I don't know. We haven't really started doing our homework on this, but supposedly they were running funds overseas and all this stuff, and GIVBUX is look as I was saying. Every token that was launched and is launched is just a scam. Every single one. And again, they're not going to come after me because they can't come after me because in the court of law, I will file my countersuit and then we will battle. Right, Alfonso? And that's a battle you don't want because you've already ran once. And I will make you run again because I have more money than you and you know it. And I will push you to the end to where you actually will sit trial. I'll never be on trial because I haven't done anything. I haven't stole anything. I haven't scammed investors, but you have, which is why you hide. And that's why you have over $2 million worth of judgments placed against you on top of a fresh filed, right? Because I have all the public record access to the county that you live in. So anytime something's posted against you, whether it be a judgment or a default in taxes or a lien or anything, I know, right? Just like the mortgage company just filed 9 days ago. I wonder why. Those so-called Airbnbs that were supposed to be for investors. Anyway, man, this shit's good though. But it goes back to this first one, this first page. Alfonso, he loves this shit. The only reason why he projects out, all this stuff is being done to him. He says that because he's doing it to all of you. Next thing, I'm going to pull his social and I'm most likely going to get his credit reports and I'm going to find out how wrecked this dude's personal credit is. Because I can tell you it's fucked up. That's almost a guarantee. Right, Alfonso? And I could go back to almost 2010. Every single company you have opened has closed. You've never been successful, dude, ever in your whole life, but you've portrayed out that you have. Kind of like the exchange that you sold to NSAV. I can almost guarantee that if I just happen to hypothetically file another federal lawsuit against you, what if we just hypothetically maybe subpoena everybody? You think they're going to roll over on you? I think they probably will. And I can pretty much guarantee that the transactions on the exchange and the money that you say the exchange is actually making is fake. Because remember, I have the documents that you provided to me that showed the real revenue on the exchange, not the fake revenue that you tell everybody that the exchange is making today, because you know you're lying too. So that's the thing. I got you. I can come out and make these videos and I can throw out all these quote unquote allegations when you know that they're not really allegations. All I'm doing is opening up the zip file that I have on my computer, and I'm just going through everything that you gave to my attorney. So I can use that against you publicly, because you cannot go out and lie against it. Because if you do, like I said, you will be of contempt, and then I will just drag your bitch ass back through court just for fun this time. It'll be for fun. Where's my Lambo?